Leave the football before the football leaves you. The football's left him. At this top level, he needs to call it a day at this level of football and move.
As Season 8 rolled on, we kept up the pattern of beating the weaker teams and losing to the bigger teams. However, there was a definite change as we were putting teams to the sword. A massive part of that was Esposito, but wonder kid Carabali was also playing his part. Some big wins coming in, but more importantly some really dominating performances. Look at that against Sassuolo. So we're beating teams around us, but we needed to get wins against bigger teams, starting with Atalanta. Going into the match with us, there wasn't a lot wrong with Atalanta as they were thumping through the league, sitting in second place. But the scout report did tell me that they were conceding most of their goals from the left-hand side players. So for that match, I dropped the focus down the right and I just concentrated purely on that left-hand side. And you know what? The scout reports were right. We encouraged Parejo to get forward from full-back by encouraging overlaps. And look at all the space he had. We played great in that one with a massive 3-1 win. And overall in January, we're absolutely flying. Hold on to your hats, because Provicelli has sat in 5th place in the league, only 1 point off Champions League, and more astoundingly, joint top scorers in the league. So we're flying, and how have we done it? Well, if you have a little look at the team stats here, you'll notice one that stands out big time is crosses attempted. When you're playing a 4-2-4 with 2 up front, you really want them crosses pounded into the box. And there's only Fiorentina that are above us. In 19 matches, we've attempted 665 crosses. I can't even do the maths on that. And it makes a lot of sense when you've got this absolute horse up front. Esposito, 17 goals in 18 matches. He's an absolute superstar. With the January transfer window now open, this is going to be the battle to keep hold of him. Now we've got him playing in that deep lying forward role, so he's not just a finisher, he's so much more. Check this goal out, he starts it and finishes it off at the same time. There he is dropping off, so the centre-back doesn't know what to do. Comfortable on the ball. Now watch this little ping. Drops his shoulder, then pings it on the outside of the foot. Wide to Parejo, then gets in the box, look at that. He needs a good cross, he gets it. Bang. He's what we like to call, he is a complete forward. I probably could use him in that role, but he's playing so well as a deep line forward, I don't want to change a thing. He's 6'3", remember, which sometimes gets forgotten about. Heading 16, combination with 18 jumping reach. You can see why he's scoring a lot of headers, but he's so good on the deck as well. And like I say, it is January and we've got Real Sociedad, Valencia, and more worryingly probably is Saudi starting to sniff around him. He's happy at the club. He's got a minimum free release clause for clubs in the Champions League at 20 million. But the only problem is I can't look to renew that because the wage budget is kind of short. So the progression of this club is fantastic. You can see the results. We're absolutely flying. And just when you think everything's going well, something comes and kicks you in the face. Here's our squad. I don't like to operate on a big squad, but a decent sized squad is what I like. But you can see the problems we've got now. Ramirez, Carabali, Rutigolano, Yaya, Condello, Vega, now Diego Spencer, all injured. It's a massive blow losing Carabali. He's been out for 3 months now with shin splints. He's got another 2 months to go, and before that, 4 goals, 4 assists. He was absolutely flying. But we focused on him in the last episode. Ever Ramirez, our new right back, he's only 19 and he's gone down with cruciate ligament. He's going to be out for 9 months. His replacement is Diego Spencer, who I'm more than happy to play there, but he's just gone down with a pulled hamstring. I mean, you can't write this look, it's so bad. So if I show you my normal first choice team, you can see the problems we've got here. There's only 4 or 5 of them available to play at the minute. And that's really annoying as we've got a couple of derbies coming up against Juventus and Inter and some tough looking fixtures. And the transfer budget means we can't go into the transfer market to replace them. And our boy Di Marino, the big conundrum, as you can see, his form has not improved at 6.52. He's now 31 years of age and his contract is about to run out. Now only valued as a leading player for most Serie C sides, we've got a big decision to make. And the big decision is, do we just let that contract expire and allow Rizzo or Moretti to jump back in as a chosen one? Because at the minute we're not developing any players yet, but that might change because the youth facilities have boosted up to 14 That's the biggest conundrum of this save so far, because I didn't think this far ahead when I was planning this whole chosen one stipulation. Should I have thought to myself, if you bring a chosen one back, there can then be a chosen one? This is all things to think about if we do this again in Football Manager 25. But part of me likes the struggle. The thought of getting Di Marino into another contract and us actually winning something with him in the team, the romantic side of me does like that. But don't forget, there are 2 ready-made replacements for that centre-back position. We did bring in Zeno De Bast, who really wants more game time, but I just can't get him in the team at the minute. And Sebastian Alvarez, who has played quite a bit. He's absolutely perfect. Problem? Saudi want him now. He's only been with us 6 months. The news on reserve right back Spencer wasn't as bad as I thought. 2 to 4 weeks, we can deal with that. A little update on the staffing. We've now got a 16-strong recruitment team, 10 out of 10 scouts. Now, I couldn't be picky, and most of them are Italian-based, but I do have a couple of scouts that are from Spain, which will increase our knowledge out there when we look to improve this at the end of the season. To be honest, I could click it into gear now because our finances are fine, getting ready for next season. At the minute, our scouting range looks a bit like this. The only highlighted area is Spain there, thanks to Kiki Alonso. But if you look at our world knowledge, so the knowledge that all the scouts have built up, it covers a vast area, including all of South America. We've got North America as well. Europe. In fact, Western Europe is exceptional, as is the UK and Ireland. Central Europe, North America, very good. South America, amazing. South Europe, Middle East, South Africa, we can build that up. Now, while it's great having South American knowledge, and it'd be great for you to build up your saves, in Italy, there's strict non-EU player rules. You can only have a few at your club. And really frustratingly, my shortlist is basically built on South American footballers. Having said that, we're going to make the decision, because we are looking good in the league, to build this scouting range up ready for next season. We've got a remaining scouting budget of 390,000, so let's click that into gear. You can see it's going to cost us 360,000, so 30 grand a month. I think that's absolutely fine considering the level we're at now. That should make a big difference in the players that we are able to scout. And when we get to the end of this season, we're going to go more into that, and we're going to use Treq's great video that you put in the link below to help us in this scouting setup. Now, one last tip on players. When you get to January, if you don't have a lot of money, have a look at unattached players, because all the South American leagues run till the 31st of December. So players such as Palacios here are now free. I, unfortunately, can't sign them because of the Italian non-EU rules, but you can. This is a bad time of year for us because all our players have clauses, and Maximo Parejo, our attacking fullback, is a target of a load of clubs, and Lens have triggered the release clause. This is a big problem, because how are we going to find an attacking fullback like that with acceleration and crossing ability? He's already got 7 assists this season. I'm going to attempt to squash it by offering him a new contract. The board are playing ball, but again, there's a release clause, but at least it's only for Champions League football. Now we've just got to hope that he chooses us over a move to France. It was time for our toughest game of the season. Juventus were flying and were top of the form table. I was having to play a left-footed centre-back Reganesi at right-back, and despite being the home team, early signs were Juventus fancied it. Looking at the match though, their full-backs looked to be tucking in big time. Look at that, they're basically playing like extra centre-backs. So I decided my wingers, instead of being inverted, let's go full-on wide and stick out wide to that touchline and stretch the match. By the time the first half was over, we had not had a shot. This has never happened to us. But we stuck in and got a really scrappy goal from a set piece. I was trying to stop them playing out from the back, so I moved to 3 up front. We battled hard, we battled like beavers, but a late goal from Coop Miners gave Juve a deserved victory, to be fair. They're battered us. So we stay in 5th position at the minute. A great run ended by one of the big boys. And if you look at the teams we've lost against now, Juventus, Roma, Fiorentina, Napoli, Inter. If we could just turn them round, we could be a threat in this division. But some good news, Parejo rejects Lens and signs a new 4-year contract. What a lad. We've just got to make sure we hold on to him now.